Oh no! Oh no! We parked on the king's land without paying the proper recreation fee?
Oh man, this is cool!
Doesn't matter how you size it up. What this is, armed officials using force and intimidation to extort money out of you in complete violation.
Where are you headed?
We're just driving. What's this for?
So this is National Forest, and we charge a recreation fee.
Okay.
So what are you guys going to be doing, do you think?
We're just traveling, but National Forest is not allowed to charge a recreation fee just for passing through.
No, we're not. So are you just passing through, or are you...
No, we're seeing the sites, but unless this is a national park or a national volcanic monument under the National Recreation Act, you can't charge an entry fee.
So we're not charging an entry fee, we're charging
Okay.
a recreation fee. Oh man, this is cool! So we're not charging an entry fee, we're charging
Okay.
a recreation fee.
Same difference, man.
No, it's not, but you can talk to your congressman. So are you getting out of your vehicle, or are you just driving through?
We're gonna do whatever we want. This is a highway, isn't it?
It is, so if
Okay,
you're driving
we're
through-
good then.
Okay, so if you get out of your car, you need to have a passes plate, or a ranger is going to give you a ticket for $80.
No, this actually went to the Ninth Circuit Court in California. I don't know why you guys are still charging for it, but you need to have your guys. I mean, you're under federal law. You are flat out not allowed to charge for people just to use the recreation area. If there's an improved area like a campground or something like that, there's parameters.
Yeah.
So you guys need to read the National Recreation Act because getting out and hiking, pulling over on the side of the road under the Ninth Circuit Court ruling specifically is prohibited by the National Recreation Act.
Yeah, I agree
Okay,
with you. I
okay,
agree with
so you understand that
Yeah,
then.
we have improved facilities that we're charging for,
Right, and I don't intend to use your improved facilities,
Okay.
is what I'm saying.
and that was my question. Are you doing that or not?
No, what do you have for improved facilities?
So we have parking lots, we have reservoirs, we have bathrooms, we have
Right.
trailheads
I
that we
see.
charge for. The only thing that we don't charge for is driving through, stopping at gravel pullouts,
Okay.
because this is a state road. So
National Recreation Act, Section 803, subsection D, subsection 1, subsection A, shall not charge solely for parking. Right. Well, you also can't charge for parking lots. That specifically was addressed under the Ninth Circuit ruling. But no, I don't plan to use
Okay, so you're good to go.
your main facilities. No, I'm good. We're just driving, looking at the colors. So, all right, have a good day, man. Here's the National Forest charging people for using the forest. Now, we have a twofold issue here. The first being that the federal government shouldn't be managing these lands in the first place. The state of Utah should be. So that's the first problem. The whole National Forest is an unconstitutional agency. But even setting that aside for a moment, there is a federal law called the National Recreation Enhancement Act that very specifically defines when they can and cannot. And what they're doing here is they're telling people, you notice what he first said? He's being like, oh yeah, well, are you gonna be stopping? Are you gonna be getting out? So he started by inferring that if we're doing anything but passing through, we have to give him money, as if this is a national park, which it isn't. Then he starts backing off and he's like, well, if you're using the facilities, right? So not only is there a federal law, which there shouldn't be, because there shouldn't be a national forest, but since there is a national forest, we're gonna have to bring up that federal law that has also gone to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, where the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in California, over incidents like this of charging and ticketing people for using the recreation area for parking, things like that, the Ninth Circuit Court actually gave a scathing rebuke to the National Forest Service. This was a couple years ago, and here we see the National Forest Service out here near Lehi, Utah, flagrantly violating this because they got this nice, pretty, scenic canyon here, right? And so they're going to try and use that to generate some revenue. But get this, it's not the state utilizing their lands and the people's lands for the benefit of the people. It's the feds, once again, extorting and squeezing money from you so they can generate some profit, when in fact, not just the Constitution, but the actual National Federal Recreation Act passed by Congress specifically prohibits them from charging for this. So I guess really, like, they have a check station set up to infer and intimidate that people must pay to use our public lands. And really what it means is if you want to go potty, then you have to pay? have to start bringing a bathroom. Time to stand up to these people. That guy was probably just a volunteer. He's just doing what he's told. But the fact is, he's got a gate there and he's extorting people, inferring that under the law they have to pay, when in fact, under the law, it's the absolute opposite. He is not allowed to be charging you to drive up and down and use the roads. The National Recreation Act specifies what facilities are required to be able to charge for it. Get a copy of it, look it up, and that way you can be informed. So until we get to where we're supposed to be constitutionally and the states and the people manage their lands, you can at least know the federal laws that were made for the National Forest Service that they also flagrantly violate, even while writing you extortion fines for the smallest of violations, even while that same federal government locks people in prisons, abuses them in courts. Our system is shot. But you got to speak up. You got to stand up. You got to love your neighbor.
Look, Ma, no fees. Well, technically there's fees, but we're just not paying the fees. Hi, Mom. Frankly, the Rangers should be paying me to check out my van, not the other way around.
Welcome to your national forest. No fun allowed. Thank you. Parked vehicles must display a valid recreation pass.
No, that's exactly the opposite of what the law says.
These people are insane.
Can only spend too much time out here in the high enforcement fascist zones, but family and I enjoyed ourselves out here. Some neat scenes, beautiful sights. God's creation as usual, outstanding, the color, the beauty out here. As usual, the National Forest Service is trying to ruin the forest for everyone, but we didn't let that happen. We didn't give them a dime today, and we used our land because it is our land, because they have no right to charge us for it, or quite frankly, even to be out here. But that's a discussion for another day. Use your land, stand up, don't be afraid to just say no.